Tim Walker, Mafia Mamma review, guys. Give it some action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan16.
Amanda Leanne.
And this Alamo City Movie Talk for movie fans, guys. And if you have not already, like, share, subscribe, hit that subscribe notification to get notified for our more reviews. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Angela, what are we reviewing today?
So we're reviewing Mafia Mamma today.
Mafia Mamma, ladies and gentlemen. Mafia Mamma stars amazing star, by the way, from Hereditary, from Knives Out, Toni Collette, phenomenal actress here, which I'm a huge fan of. She's coming to the point of her career to where I'm just on board with everything she signs up for because she just brings that charisma, that presence on camera. I just feel like her comedy and everything just feels so subtle. It feels good. An American woman inherits her grandfather's mafia empire in Italy, guided by the firms. She's hilariously defies everyone's expectations as a new head of the Boss family. The Boss.
Quite literally a Mafia Mamma.
I don't know why. Every time I hear Boss, I'm all like, Boss. I'm all, Minions. Yeah. Oh my God, it stuck with me. But yeah, this is definitely a movie that's very untraditional, I guess.
Unorthodox, kind of.
Yeah.
A little out there. So, I mean,
yeah,
it definitely has Godfather-esque vibes for sure.
I mean, it maybe I started like that with one sentence and the rest of it's just, yeah.
Well, they reference it a lot. They ask her, "Have you not seen The Godfather?" Yeah.
And that's the comedy. This movie's a comedy, right? Let's be frank here. It's a comedy. It's not a dramatic. It doesn't have the presence of the Godfather vibes and all that stuff.
And
so
even in like
put that into
some of the action sequences have like strange music. Action sequence music.
Yeah, we're not gonna mention any spoilers, by the way, guys. But so this movie, there's a lot of shootouts that happen in this movie, obviously, right? Because it's a mafia film. And during the shootouts, we kind of get into the realm of, wow, music does matter.
It does.
Soundtrack does matter. Song selection, whether it's soundtrack, whether it's composure, it doesn't matter. It's just any music setting, because there's always music, and we always tend to forget that. I tend to forget that myself too. Maybe you guys do. Every now and then, especially with Star Wars, you come to that essence where like you kind of forget the Imperial March is the Imperial. It's music, but it's coming of such a common thing to where like, oh man, it sounds so good. It kind of goes along with the whole movie and everything. And same thing with rom-coms. You kind of hear the loving piano, the loving, just the chemistry of this. But the way this was done, it was just like a happy song that was just kind of
happy
weird.
Italian song. That was in the middle of a very dramatic shootout scene.
But again, we go back to the director, and we go back to the writing of it. I kind of felt like that was the point of this movie, and I get it. It is what it is. This movie, we're not gonna say this is like the best mafia movie of all time, because this is far from it. But I think it made a point. This made a point to where it wanted to be funny. It needed to be funny at certain times. And granted, there's a few times where it is. I'll be honest here. I was chuckling. I was laughing because Toni Collette, let's be honest here. She's funny. She's not the problem in this movie.
No.
She carries you in this movie. And that's to say the least, because this movie is actually not well put together. I mean, it's fairly edited to where it just feels unrealistic in so many different ways, and that's the thing too. I never want to knock off a movie. I don't ever think that. Don't ever think that's what we do here. We do not want to say a movie is so terrible you should not go see this movie. But this is definitely a movie to where I feel like you should not spend your money to go see it in a movie theater. I think you should wait till it comes out in streaming and all that stuff. But to put that aside, Toni Collette, we go back to her because she carries this movie so many times. She's a very strong actress.
Yes,
she is. Of course, Hereditary, her freaking amazing performance in Hereditary that I really did enjoy in there. That was very unorthodox of her character and everything. And so I really enjoyed her in this movie. And also, there's a lot of hidden gems here. I would say this movie, I think you mentioned it, Angela, perfectly, was that Angela said off camera was that this movie is terrible, but there are some really good gems in here. Really are. There's really good moments.
So one thing I will say, I agree with you. It's not the best movie. It's not the best written.
Yeah.
Like I said, music matters.
Yeah.
Some of the music scenes are kind of off, which kind of made it again, it's the point of it. But still, I did like certain aspects. I really liked some of the characters. So you kind of start to, as silly as some of the scenes are, you do kind of connect with some of the characters.
Yeah.
Like, of course, with Toni Collette, her character.
Yeah.
She's just kind of thrown into this world.
Yeah.
She has to adjust, and...
Well, Bianca's character a little bit too.
Love her too. Yeah. But I also really liked her 2 bodyguards.
Yeah.
They're hilarious. I love them so much. They were great. I didn't want anything bad to happen to any of them. But but it's funny because you root for that, but you obviously know that they're criminals. They're stone cold killers that will do anything to protect the mob family. But you're just like, I don't want anything to happen to them.
Yeah.
Which is great on its own because, as much as the story could have been better, I really liked the development with some of the characters. I did. I personally did.
There's so much when we talk about the hidden gems here. This movie, you mentioned it already. Right now, there's that, we see Francisco in here, and he's actually one of the bodyguards, and he is very good. Oh my god, he grows on you so much. His comedy is good. There's a lot of just hidden laughs in here that I really thought I didn't expect to ever be. But again, we go back to the story, which is totally it's misaligning with the whole concept here.
But again, I think that was the point. Like you say, it's the point.
It just didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. Was it as bad as Hobbs and Shaw? No, it was not. I would say that. And Hobbs and Shaw will always be one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And granted, there's a lot of fan favoritism. Like, Hobbs and Shaw was great, was amazing, was fantastic, and that's great for you. But for me, I got tired of the cameos. I got tired of the 5-second laughs. I got tired of every 5 seconds they would try to push you a laugh down your throat, and I just didn't like that. But this movie had time to breathe a little bit. But again, it's definitely not an Oscar-worthy film. It's definitely just one of those films to where, like, it maybe what sounded good on paper, but when it was fairly executed, nothing to do with the actors or anything, more about the story, more that how it was directed, more so. It just, it didn't sit well with me, I guess, and put in that perspective.
Well, yeah, you're also picky with comedies too.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I was still. That's the thing too. I'm very picky with comedies, but I was still chuckling. I was still having a good time in certain moments in this film, and it made sense to me because I was just like, oh man, that's a good funny. And then they mentioned a lot of the Godfather jokes in there too. Yep. And,
it's funny that they mentioned that. They're like, "What? You've never seen The Godfather?"
And then I think they mentioned to Toni Collette. Bianca mentions it to her, and she's like, "What, Sonny? Sonny, the crazy one, the one that gets killed." And I was like, "Whoa!"
It's funny.
Spoiler alert! I was kidding, but yeah, I mean, overall, this movie, you're gonna have a good time. Maybe I would say it's up in the air. But for me, if I were to actually have seen this in a theater and all this stuff, I don't think it's worth seeing in theaters.
Personally.
I really don't. Personally, yeah. Now, if you're going to go see this out, you have nothing else to see, by all means, check it out. It's a comedy. And if you really love comedies, give it a chance, guys. All you comedy lovers out there, I would say give this a chance, but you are fairly warned. I'll say that.
And, to each their own, maybe some people out there love it.
Yeah, maybe they loved it. And hey, well, it'll be half and half. Right now it's half and half right now. So yeah, on Rotten Tomatoes, I believe it was 25%. It could have gone lower by then, but yeah, it's definitely not. Critics are not liking it, just like I am not liking it in that way. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. But yeah, overall, this movie, it was fun that we deserved. I'm gonna say no. Sadly, it sucks to say something like that. I don't think this is a film that really shined, and it wasn't Toni Collette's fault, right? Let's be honest here, because she's a phenomenon. We've seen her do so many good damn roles, and to know that it wasn't as good of a movie. Again, we go back to where I think you said all these good actors and actresses, but yet the movie was bad. And I kind of get that. They all had their own charisma. It made sense to this world, to this realm, I guess, in a way. And I enjoyed it. I did, to a certain degree, right? To a certain degree, I enjoyed it. There was just a lot of like, oh, okay, dull moments here, dull moments here. But yeah, rating 1 out of 10. 10 being the highest, Angela. I'm gonna give this rating.
So I didn't think it was that bad. Did I love it? No. But again,
I definitely didn't love it.
I really enjoyed the cast, and some of the jokes, like you said, were really funny. I would definitely see it again. So I'd give it a solid 5.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a solid film. It's okay. It's not bad. Again, I didn't love the story, some of the direction that it went through. I thought the jokes were hilarious, and I love the cast again. So I think that's a pretty solid rating, at least for me.
I meant to give this a solid 3.8. I think I'm stuck with that 3.8. A little bit below my average rating here. But again, I'm a little bit more critique than Angela is. For sure, way more critique. And this is coming from a mafia. You know, I love The Godfather. I love those movies. I love those mafia. I mean, this isn't an old time movie. This is more present day, and so it just didn't sit well with me. Now, am I on board for a present day mafia movie? Hell yes, a more serious tone. I'm on board, 100%. And yeah, but again, we go back to where it's just the comedy, the way the song's choice, the selection just didn't sit well with me, and it was very predictable a lot of times. Yeah. It really was. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. Would you recommend this movie? Now, since we're giving a little bit of below average, I'm gonna say no. We do not recommend this movie, guys. But if you are a huge comedy fan, that you just love watching comedy movies, you love watching those sitcom series or anything like that, I would say this is probably your audience. Again, we go back to where maybe this wasn't our audience. Maybe this wasn't for us, and we go, we go back to that.
I enjoyed it more than you did. So.
Yeah, you did. She did. She did enjoy it way more than I did. But yeah, guys. All right. Thank you so much. And as always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan 680.
I'm Angela.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Movie Talk fans, thank you so much for watching. And also, we will be at Dallas Fan Expo, guys, June 9th to 11th. We will be there, guys. Cannot wait to see you guys there. If you do see us, say hello. We will be wearing our Alamo City Movie Talk shirts we got coming in, guys. And yes, we got stickers coming. So if you see us, be sure to get a sticker from us, guys. Dallas Fan Expo is coming out to you guys. We're coming out, and it's going to be a huge event. We're great. Thank you so much, Dallas Fan Expo, for giving us the opportunity to be there. And thanks for the invite. All right. As always, I'm your host once again at Ryan D. aka Ryan 680.
I am Angela,
and it's Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good one, guys, and stay safe, San Antonio. Peace.